Live from the rinks here in Hauppauge, our final game of the evening, a varsity matchup between the West Islip Lions and the St. Anthony's Friars. Good evening. I'm Brady Campbell, joined alongside Johnny Malizia, running our camera for the final time before he goes back up to college at Fairfield University, and it should be a fun one. Two teams that are kind of at the opposite ends of the standings. West Islip 2-14-0, St. Anthony's 13-2-1, but none of that matters right now as the Lions looking to pull off a big-time upset. They certainly have the goaltending for it, and we'll see if they could get it done again. Tyler Sapoff and Colin Hovanek. This was a closer game the first time than it may have looked on paper. They played once this year, an 11-1 win versus St. Anthony's. However, West Islip did get the opening goal. Nicholas Albertelli from Thomas Albertelli. 44 seconds in, they led for 8 minutes and 45 seconds before the Friars went to work. Anthony Sorrentino, a goal and 6 assists. Budakavoli, Christian Budakavoli, 1 goal, 3 assists. Ryan Riggins, 2 goals, 2 assists. It was Ben Bonadio with just the 1 goal allowed as the Friars steam their way to victory. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10. They're 4 points behind Smithtown Hauppauge for first. The Bulls are idle tonight, so the Friars can get within 2 points. Their last time out was a 5-1 win over KPC. Azaridi, Catalo, each scoring in that one. Valsic only the 1 goal allowed. 11 different Friars had points, 5 different goal scorers, 6 different assisters. Last time out for the Lions, it was a 7-2 loss against the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls. Albertelli had 2 assists in that game. Their only wins have come against Pat Med and Ward Melville. They have 5 straight losses. Their last win came back on the 24th of November. The stage is set. Take a brief time out. When we come back, puck drop here on the LI Sports Network. Back and ready for puck drop here on the LI Sports Network. Go look at our starting goalies for West Islip. It's number 30, Colin Hovanek, getting the nod tonight. He's opposed by number 34, Benjamin Bonadio. And Bonadio, 8 games played, 4 starts, 3.00 goals against. He's 3-0-0-0 on the season. He has yet to lose a game as a Friar this season. They're in the home white going left to right. Lions in the road blue going right to left. A little bit of a delay at the scorer's table before we drop the puck. Sorrell will take the opening draw against Jack Fifield. Looks like something with the Friars lineup or something of that sort. Meanwhile, on the wing here, we do have number 31, who is between the pipes often for this team, and that's got to be Tyler Sapoff looking at that jersey. That looks like a goalie jersey. A little bit too big for a skater as the puck is down. We're underway. See if he's as good of a skater as he is in between the pipes. Could be good for West Islip. Instead, it's Zach Sorrell, 2-on-1 right off the face-off. His shot got angled wide, and we're underway. Friars looking to continue to steamroll their way into the playoffs as potentially a top 2 seed once again. They were the 1 seed last year, and they beat Smithtown Hauppauge in the championship as Sorrell's wraparound is stopped, and it comes around to Catala. Catala had himself an all-star weekend last month. Throws it up towards Sorrell, and Sapoff got a stick on it, and here's Tyler Sapoff. Back out, fought it towards Fifield. It was knocked away from him by Daniel Smith. Now it's Sorrell back in. Sorrell had it knocked away, and Jack Lamon sweeps it away, and then a shot from the point. Whistles high. Christopher Kanza had it sticked away. Comes around towards Azaridi. He's watched by Raymond Pierce. Comes out to the line, kick save. Rebound right out to Catalo. Dusts it off, perhaps too much. It slid off his stick. Just tries to throw across corner. Comes back out to Smith. His shot sticked away. Azaridi. Back out to Smith. Winds one up. Fires. Redirected wide. Kanza dances through to the circle. Looking back door. Pierce got a stick on it. May have saved a goal. There's Azaridi. Was locked and loaded. Azaridi centering pass blocked. What an opening shift here for the Friars. Sorrell. That'll be a tired group for both these teams out there, though, right now. Sorrell trying to power his way through. Takes it behind. Cuts back to the circle. He scores. Zach Sorrell, about his 3rd grade A chance of that shift. Buries it home, and the Friars take the 1-0 lead. Just has enough real estate there to open up on the forehand and rip it home. This time it's St. Anne's who jumps out to the quick lead just under 2 minutes into the game. Now it's Sorrentino right back in. Sorrentino to the side. He lets one go. It was deflected and missed. Busa up top. A shot redirected, and Hovanek has it. He gets the whistle on the try from Justin Norris. Face-off win here for the Friars in the O-zone. Norris plays it down the boards. Pierce chops at it and sends it up ahead for Nicholas Albertelli. Couldn't clear in front to the backhand, just shoveling it wide. It was Mauricio Carrasco Jr. Norris, dangerous pass there. Moved quickly that time by Jake Nichols. Now it's Busa. Banks it ahead, Sorrentino over the line at the half wall, looking for Busa. Got a stick on it, went wide, and thrown off the apron by Carrasco. Wrap try, they score. Sorrentino. Hovanek looked like he was looking over the wrong shoulder there as the puck was behind the net. Sorrentino made him pay on the wraparound. 2-0 St. Anne's. Still enough of an opening between the post and the pad of Hovanek, and stuffed home by Sorrentino. Sorrentino's got a 6th goal of the season. Sorrell just potted home his 15th prior to that. And here's Tartaglia behind the net. Centering pass. Lamon's got a stick on it. Turnaround shot by Schlicht, block. Tartaglia just kicked away by Hovanek. Rebound try somehow stays out. Hovanek from the seat of his pants pops back up. Miklic's shot angled wide. Nichols. Huge defensive stand there for Hovanek and company. Miklic coming right back in from the circle. Holds out, hit off a skate and just missed. Caught the skate of McMahon. Schlicht couldn't get through McMahon. Lions having trouble clearing though. Lamons under pressure from Tartaglia. Here's Peter Kelly. Dominic Tartaglia wrestled it away from Lamons. Gets free in the circle. Goes up top, Benjamin Karaher. Back down towards Schlicht. Schlicht centers. Kelly knocked down, loose in the crease. 1 and go. Ends up behind the goal. Now Miklic on the cutback. He got knocked down by Sapoff. Lions bench loving it. Karaher under pressure. Throws it down to the corner for Tommy Azaridi. What a season he's had so far. 21 goals, 10 assists. One of the top point getters in the varsity division. Sorrell showing off the edge work there as he goes up to the point for Kanza. Rips a shot, missed. Smith off the bench. Azaridi. Kanza creeping in. Azaridi takes it himself. Not my bottle. Tommy Azaridi. 3-0 Friars. 22nd of the season for number 19. Can't put it any more in the roof of the net than that. It's what Butch Goring would call the toy department. 10:18 left in the Friars on fire to start. Backdoor play just out of the reach of Azaridi. It comes around. And trying to play it down the wall there was Kanza. He got knocked off the puck, however, by Dylan Carter. First and third goals unassisted. Give Carrasco the lone assist on the Sorrentino goal, the second of the night for St. Anne's. Here's Kanza. Back in. Drops it between his legs. Sorrell centers. Catalo in his skates. Peels back out, takes it to the circle. Catalo out high, down low. Sorrell, a shot standing save made by Hovanek. And Catalo back on it. Dances through. Anthony Catalo to the forehand, pass behind Sorrell. A steal. Azaridi. Catalo at the one-timer, locked and loaded. Pass a bit too far out in front. He fanned on it. Catalo just an offensive weapon. Once you start cycling in the offensive zone. Snaps that one across to Sorrell. It got by him. Albertelli gets it out on the second try. Back in comes St. Anne's. Trying to drag his way through with Sorrell. It angles in on goal where it's covered by Colin Hovanek. .8:47 left, first period of play. All Friars to start. Lions trying to change that as they skate it out. Fifield lost the handle. It's taken back by St. Anne's. Sorrentino. Across to Nichols. Jake Nichols back in. Takes it wide. Holds onto it. Drops it to Nick Busa. Sorrentino. Tried to go to Nichols. Comes back to him and throws it down towards Carrasco. He gets knocked off the puck. It comes all the way around. Norris holds it in from the circle. Busa blocked down in front. With the block and the clearing attempt there, McMahon couldn't quite get it out. Jammed on goal, and looks like it's underneath Hovanek there. No goal. 7:54 left. It remains a 3-0 game. Another offensive zone win for the Friars. Shot on, deflected, and then knocked away by Lamons off the deflection from Kelly. Comes back down to Kelly in the corner. Centering pass intercepted by Jonathan Grande. Grande, an all-star this year, and certainly made his presence known for the West Islip Lions. Sapoff nearly off to the races if he could have gotten it past Nichols. Shot knocked down, Lamons clears. Norris back on it. On for Kelly. Watched by Grande. Kelly takes it wide. Grande the steal. Here's Tartaglia. Takes it down to the corner on the cutback. Just saucers a backhander through the slot. Hammer down the ice. This will be an icing against West Islip with 6:50 left in period number 1. Face off one forward by Sorrell. Tried to center. Got through everybody. And no icing this time. Bonadio, one of his first touches of the night, plays it away. Albertelli holds it in. Lions looking for a response, but Catallo takes it on the back check. Catallo working in. Centering pass. Pops out Carrara. Lets one go through traffic. Stick save. Up top, Mikulich knocked down. Sorrell into the roof of the net. Makes it 4-0 with his second of the night. The Friars continue to roll here in the opening period. That one just blocked and takes an unlucky bounce for West Islip right to Sorrell. Nothing Hovanek could do about that. Pops the bottle again. Pierce deflected on. Here comes West Islip. Giacomo DeBetta had it knocked away. Albertelli stripped of the puck by Busa. And now Nick Busa enters the attacking zone on the cutback. Throws it towards the goal. Hovanek point blank on Carrasco. With the left pad, softly down the ice, no icing here, and Smith heads back on it. Hit awkwardly on one of the stanchions, and now Sorrentino up the ice. Carrasco to his right. Sorrentino takes it low on the backhand, left it for Carrasco, banked out to Nichols. Jake Nichols lost the handle for a moment, regains possession. Takes it behind the net. Nichols sweeps it in front. Carrasco turns, drops it towards Sorrentino. Is out of his reach and back out. Quick cutback, however, on DeBetta. Now Sorrentino back in. Takes it wide on Pierce and wraps it around. This is Nichols. Sorrentino stripped of the puck that time by Carter, who clears it out. And DeBetta on to Albertelli. Steers it in from the blue line. Under 5 minutes left in period number 1. That one pops out to a dangerous area, but the only one there was Daniel Smith. And it's in his skates. Finds it. Sweeps it off the outside of the net. Pierce clears it out, and this will go for another icing. Or will it? Yes, it will. Bonadio wanting to play it, but refs blow the whistle and we'll come back down. Off the boards it goes. Sapoff reaching for it. Trying to dance his way through was Tartaglia. Could not. Pops to the side of the net, and that one wouldn't go. Hovanek pins himself to the post there on the try from Norris. Defenseman there in deep, and it looks like that defenseman playing forward here on this shift. It's Kanza. Throws one in. Thought it hit the post. Ruled a goal. Chris Kanza right off the face-off. Got a better look at it here. No, yeah, that hit inside the net there. My apologies. 5-0 lead for St. A's. Four minutes left, period number 1. Tartaglia 2-on-1, Schlick to his right. Dominic Tartaglia. Dylan Schlick couldn't handle the pass. He got rocked, and Grande stripped to the puck by Norris. Goes up top, Kanza. Shot through traffic, blockered away by Hovanek. Kelly lets one go, stick save. Tartaglia working on Sapoff. Can't quite get it through him. Sapoff up the boards. Instead, Kelly steps into a shot. That was tipped wide. McMahon couldn't clear. Schlick holds it in. And here he is again. Stretch pass intercepted by Chris Kanza. Backhands one up the wall. Jack Lamons takes it. Tries to spring Fifield. Red line and in. And he'll go off for a change. Sapoff in on the forecheck. Stretch pass out to Azaridi. Sorrell cuts back, shoots, missed. Comes around, Karaher steps up to hold it in. Now it's Sorrell. Sorrell spin move, great defense there by Lamons. Azaridi turning with it, swings it in front off of Lamons. Has a little bit of time here, banks it ahead. Karaher steps up to hold it in. Backhand try comes out. Could be numbers here for the Lions. Nice touch pass. 2-on-1. Albertelli had his stick checked as he went to let it go. And Miklich with a strong back check there, denying the Lions of the opportunity. So it remains 5-0. Best of luck for the Lions all night. Here's Catalo. Tommy Azaridi loads up a slapper, and boy, oh boy, that's going to sting. Sorrell on the backhand. Couldn't get it through. Colin Hovanek falling back on his bottom there. Keeps it out. Moments after Peter McCann. He's going to feel that one tomorrow. Zach Sorrell already bidding for the hat trick. Denied there by Hovanek. .2:11 left, period number 1 from the rinks. Carrasco. That one gets through Carrara, and now it's a foot race. Miklich hustling. And he's just able to win that foot race. So he beats DeBetta to the puck. Shot thrown towards the goal, however, by Albertelli. Didn't make it through. And now thrown on goal. Stick save by Bonadio. Miklich to Carrasco. On for Nick Busa. Albertelli got a stick on it. Oh, look out there. Dangerous clearing attempt. Carrasco off the apron. Pass back towards the front. Busa with the tie-up. On Pierce. Pierce trying to clear, hit the linesman. It's been that kind of period so far for West Islip. Hovanek, though, making another big save on Sorrentino. Carrasco. Sorrentino. Final 60 seconds of period number 1. Smith working on Albertelli. Curls back, goes down, we play on. Pass, dangerous area, Nichols holds it in. Pierce, length of the sheet, on goal. Bonadio with the stick save. And now defense in the change. Busa has some room down the wing. Sorrentino on the cutback. Steers out towards the point. Miss Smith and back out. Schlicht. Speeding in down the near side. Takes it around the goal. To Smith. Forwards in the change here. Shot missed. Final seconds tick away. Tartaglia won't get a shot away here, and that'll do it for period number 1. Lions with a couple chances late, but after one, it's 5-0 St. Anne's. We'll be back with the second momentarily on the LI Sports Network. Back for the second on LI Sports Network with Johnny Malizia on the camera. I'm Brady Campbell. 5-0 lead for St. Anthony's to start period number 2. Pretty dominant period from the Friars. A little bit of pushback towards the end from the Lions. But the Friars storming out of the gate. Zach Sorrell has 2 goals. And go back to work here offensively. This is Peter Kelly. Kelly down to the corner, takes it around the goal. Carrar fakes the slapper, slows up, settles the puck, gives it away to McMahon. McMahon stretch pass, Sapoff gets a stick on it. And this is onside, pass down low. Bonanio able to kick it out. The rebound wouldn't go either. Best look of the night for the Lions. Coming on the stick of Jonathan Grande and the rebound as well. Friars back the other way. Shot ramps off a stick and catches the glass on the try from Dom Tartaglia. Kelly couldn't get through. Tartaglia with the cutback just throws it towards the front. It angles to the far corner. Sapoff babysitting the blue line there as it angles in on goal. It's stopped by Colin Hovanek, and then Grande with the stick lift. It's like newfound energy here for the Lions in period 2 as Grande doing everything he can to avoid the referee behind the goal. Now it's Carrar. Flying in, takes a shot, missed. Nichols pulls up, shoots, just getting a piece with the right pad. Hovanek, and then was able to hold his ground against the post. Backdoor feed looking for Sorrell, got intercepted by Jack Lamons. Lamons got to the red line, then had it taken away, and here's Sorrell. Zach Sorrell down to the circle, fakes, tries the wrap, great defensive stick. That was Brendan McMahon. And McMahon backhands it out towards Sapoff. Mikulich the steal. Back in Sorrell, he goes down. Lamons lands on top of him. Poked out, 2-on-1 here. Fifield with DeBetta. Fifield went to shoot it and it knocked away. Steers it towards the front. A couple saves, Bonadio. Big rebound, Lamons had it blocked by Mikulich. Lions getting chances. Back the other way. Pass hopped the stick of Norris. Norris to the circle. Sorrell opens up. That hit a stick and missed. Mikulich throws it down. Lamons protecting from Azaridi. Fires it towards the circle. DeBetta. looking for a path out, and he finds it. DeBetta, Fifield has some room in the circle. His shot goes high. Wraps around, and Tommy Azaridi on the cutback. Blew right past McMahon on his way to the goal, and it's swallowed up by Hovanek. Oh, a couple great looks for the Lions here, though. Here's Fifield. Still able to spin this puck towards the front. Steered away, a rebound try, kicked out. And then how about this block by Joe Mikulich? On Lamons from the slot. Definitely tell this West Islip team, still only 2 wins on the year, but the confidence has been absolutely growing over these last few games. And they're at the very least, even in the score sheet, hanging around with a lot of these top powerhouse teams. Here's Schlicht. Sorrentino from the slot, he scores. Anthony Sorrentino gets another. Chile for St. Anne's, it's 6-0. That one looked like it may have changed direction somehow. It got slowed up there. And just fooled Hovanek a bit. So a few great A's for West Islip. St. Anne's comes down and gets the goal. 11 minutes left in period 2. Back in comes Smith, lets one go, and Hovanek may have gotten the piece. Now Anthony Catallo. Well, if any Friars jerseys would have flown off the shelves over the last year, it would have been Anthony Catallo. In part because it was a playoff performance, and in part because of the number he wears as well. Gen Z would have been all over that. Here's DeBetta. Lost it to Catallo. Catallo powering in. Catallo! Power on that wrister, but the save made by Hovanek. Carrasco dangles, plays it off the outside of the goal, keeps play alive. 10 minutes left in the middle frame, and looks like the net may have come off, and that's the reason for the stoppage. So we take another look at that previous chance for West Islip, where Sapoff was able to work it down for Grande. Kick out, and then how about this look for Fifield off the outside of the post. This one gets out. Could be a breakaway. It could be a breakaway for Tyler Sapoff moving in. Just a look at a backhander on, and then his forehand try in tight. Right past St. Bonadio. Karaher snaps one in, and it's stopped and held by Hovanek. Another ozone draw win for the Friars. Kelly, Karaher, looking over his options, goes out to Kanza. Kanza takes it down to the circle. Goes it towards the front, redirected in. It was slowed up in front. This will be a goal for Nichols here as he got a stick on it and just tipped it back against the green there on Hovanek. Can't play it much better than that. You're the Friars. And here they come again. Tartaglia splits his way through. Tartaglia hit the post. And then off the back of Hovanek and stayed out. He's reaching for this. The puck is up on the apron. And eventually comes to the side of the goal where he could get the cover. Face off to his left, and it's a win for his team here. Busa. Turns, throws it down off the end boards, popped down in front, and defending on it there was Norris. Now it comes to Grande. Jonathan Grande. His pass slowed up. Azaridi with the takeaway. Sorrell got the stick on it. They slide it through, and it's a hat trick for Zach Sorrell. Come playoff time, this line is, if you're the opposing team, you do not want to be staring back at number 19 and 18, 67, 13, you name it. Friars, one of the deepest teams here in the varsity level. Meanwhile, I did get word tonight that the Bulls, despite getting another win last night to stay in first place, suffered a tough loss that could be for at least close to the remainder of the season. Brandon Reedy, a lower body injury, and he's likely to miss some time. Centering pass, Norris angled it wide. Reedy won the breakaway challenge for the skaters in the skills competition and took part in the All-Star game and was having a great season along with his team, and Bulls are certainly going to miss him in this home stretch plus playoffs. Peter Kelly on the slippery ice there, but he has time to recover. Now it's Busa. Norris. Take away Albertelli, steers it out. Surpass the halfway point of regulation time. All Friars here so far on the score sheet. Pretty even though here in the second period, other than the score sheet. As far as chances are concerned. Busa, backdoor Kelly. Angled the backhander wide. Center, Tartaglia dances through. His shot slowed up by Ray Pierce. It's cleared out. And Albertelli hustling after it. No icing here. Trying to steer it towards the goalie. And DeBetta cutting. DeBetta the steal on Catallo. Catallo trying to wrestle it back from him. And it's held in, but given away here, and the Friars look to start ahead after the try from Carter. Schlick takes it wide. Schlick right on into the backhand. Right pad save. It's still loose. And we got a penalty upcoming. Roughing call, our first of the game. And how about this stop from Colin Hovanek? Looks like the penalty is going to be against the Lions. And Dylan Carter to the box. First power play of the game belongs to the St. A's Friars. Carter off for roughing. St. Anne's has a chance to put the hammer down here. Puck comes out, though, for Sorrentino, who will restart. And Catallo slowly up the ice, down to the circle. Catallo's backhander swallowed up by Hovanek. Sorrell sweeps it back door. They score. Power play goal for Justin Norris. Sends the lead for St. Anne's. What a passing play here. Zach Sorrell, have yourself a night. Norris the tap in. The lead goes to 9. This is McMahon hounded off the faceoff. Now Fifield under pressure, poked away by Smith. Smith back in, rips a shot, kicked away, standing save. Colin Hovanek looking like Jacques Plante there. Smith steers a backhander in front on the wrap try. Now flip pass out towards Sapoff. Sapoff by himself, 1-on-2. Closed off by Nichols, lost the handle, and back the other way comes Azaridi. Whether that's Kanza. Left it behind, centering pass, doesn't make it through. A shot from a tough angle, wraps around towards Sapoff. Has Grande breaking, slides it through, just popped off his stick. Otherwise, he might have been in the lone. Azaridi. Give it up to Grande. Puck pops out towards the point and deflects back out. Lammings back in. Nichols. On for Azaridi off the bar. They've acquired a night for Azaridi. Grande and Sapoff behind the defense. Grande rips a shot. Glove save by Bonadio. Final 4:41 of period 2. Face off here in the Friar zone. And a clean win for the Lions. Shot on, stick save Bonadio, and no rebound. Face off one back, not cleanly enough, and now Miklic trying to spring a breakaway. It comes back to him, and it's a breakaway for Joe Miklic, saved by Hovanek. Another try, backhanded in, and he gets the cover. Oh, it's not the Lions' night. That doesn't mean much to number 30 between the pipes. Another big save here. Awkward start to that breakaway for Joe Miklic. He tried to pass it off for a potential break. It popped back to him, and he took it in himself. Backhand try, and another save for Hovanek. Face off to the left of Colin as it is Leo Stiuso. Welcome to the game, Leo. Thought maybe there's an equipment that someone's picking up, but that's number 15, and we have not seen him yet tonight. So looks like he was actually coming out of the locker room there and heads over to the bench. Reinforcements for the Friars. I'm not entirely sure if they need it at this point, but we'll see number 15 on the ice momentarily. Thing went back to the point. Sorrentino goes down to Catallo. Catallo through traffic, redirected, save Hovanek. The rebound was loose and backhanded wide by Norris. Played out, that was nearly an on-man rush, but Sorrentino held it in. Sorrentino fights through a couple checkers. To the circle, rips a shot, an aggressive stop by Hovanek out to the top of his crease. Face-off slides right back in on goal where it's covered. Sorrell dangles it out to the slot. No one home except Nick Albertelli. Giacomo DeBetta takes it wide. DeBetta couldn't get through. Norris trying to fight it out. Albertelli wouldn't let him. Cazzalo loads up and hammers it all the way around. Kelly out to Sorrell. Zach Sorrell Looks to his right. Slides it across. Oh, what a save on the one-timer by Norris. What a play by Sorrell to kind of look off that pass and then at the last moment put it right on the tape of Norris. And how about that save from Hovanek? Loading up on his highlight reel tonight. No icing here. Under 3 minutes left in the second. Here's Sorrentino back in. Drops it off. Kelly couldn't get through. Gets turned back. Peter Kelly saucers a backhander across. Now a shot from the slot goes for Sorrell, and he's got another. Zach Sorrell's fourth of the game. Friars have hit double digits. And now they come right back in with 2.5 left. Kanza shot and flashing the leather there. Not quite holding on, but making the stop was Hovanek. So now Grande, breakaway. He was onside. He missed. Rebound. He put it right through the crease from behind the goal line. It's been that kind of night for Grande and West Islip. They've had their chances, especially in this middle period. And now instead it's Azaridi 2-on-1. Cuts back, looking back door, threw it between the legs of Carrasco. Kanza centers as a Reedy. It's loose in the crease. Kanza on the slot again. Steps on the puck and falls down. And meanwhile, Hovanek looks like he's shaken up here on his side. Threw the glove off and the Lions don't have a dressed backup goalie tonight. Their other goalie, of course, Tyler Sapoff, is a skater tonight. Not sure if he has equipment with him. That would create a little bit of a delay, though, as Hovanek is back to his feet. Glove back on. Looks like he's already set for the face-off. .92 seconds left in the period. Clean win for the Friars. Sapoff trying to get it out as Aridi holds it in. Fire towards the line as Aridi wasn't ready for it. Here comes Sapoff down the wing, trying to throw it across towards Fifield as Aridi beat him there. Carrasco stumbled down and Grande flips it back down the ice. As Aridi, Smith gave it up. Lamons give it right back to Carrasco. Final minute of period 2. Smith loads one up well wide, banks off the outside of the cage. Kanza turns, drops as Aridi steps down the slot, shoots, swallowed up by Sapoff, or Hovanek, excuse me. Final 42.9 here of the period. Friars looking for one more. Norris' shot slowed up and stopped. And then the clearing attempt hit the ref in the head area. It's like maybe the ear, and that's going to sting. We get the stoppage. With 33.1 left in the period, and the trainers will come out to check on him. Back to his feet is our official. The referee now, I'm sure he's a hockey player growing up. No matter what, they're all tough. Trainer heads off the ice. It'll be a face-off here to the right of Colin Hovanek. Final half minute here of the period. .30 seconds left in the frame. Backhanded off the glass and out. Grande, Sapov with him. Grande, Sapov going to the goal, centering pass knocked away. Good stick by Dom Tartaglia. Schlicht back in. Drops it, Miklich with the final 10 and trying to slide it through there with Schlicht. Chopped off the glass and out. Does Grande, Sapov have one last chance at a delayed offside? It's not going to matter either way. Couldn't quite time it up. It slid in on goal where Bonadio poked it away anyway, and that will end the period. Sapov and his team, plenty of chances, unable to break through. The Friars get a couple more, and they are 15 minutes away from picking up win number 14 on the 25-26 campaign. We will have the third period for you in a moment, right here on the LI Sports Network. Final 15 minutes here on the LI Sports Network. It is a wire-to-wire dominant performance so far from the St. Anthony's Friars. They lead it 9-0, or excuse me, 10-0 over West Islip, who is looking to get on the board here. They've come oh so close many times. To no avail just yet. Friars come back out. And here is Leo Stiuso taking his first shift of the evening. Sorrentino to Catallo. Pierce, hard check into the boards on Schlicht. And now Sorrentino just out of his reach. Catallo to the rescue to hold it in. Throws it into the corner. Stiuso. Curling, up top Catallo. Catallo redirected over the cage. Rebound pops out to the side of the net and back behind. And we get a whistle. And a stoppage as the net came off its moorings. $10-0 lead here for St. Anne's. So even with the stoppages, the clock will continue to roll. In period number 3, Nichols cross-ice pass. They'll come back out to center. Throws it back in. Lamons with the Friars needing the touch up. Fires one. That's played by a high stick of Kanza. And Nichols forced to play it because if he didn't, McMahon could have been in. Or Grande. They were both on his back. Two minutes gone here in period 3. Gets past McMahon. Hovanek will come out to play it. And dangerously slid right through the legs of Kanza. Caricio across ice. Carrasco, excuse me. Yes, that stick by Azaridi took the stick right out of the hands of Hovanek. Lamens just sweeps it back to the crease. Hovanek can't quite pick it up yet, reaching for that with his blocker hand. It goes wide. Went to, couldn't grab it, and now still defending without one as the shot gets blocked. Kanza, once again, is babysitting that far blue line is Tyler Sapol. Can't quite blame him at this point, especially one of his first games as a skater, as Azaridi comes back in. Turns back, goes up to Kanza. Shoots, slowed up, cleared away. Azaridi walks in, missed wide. Grande starting to leak as well past the defense. Problem is the Friars have certainly dominated the possession game tonight. McMahon pinned by Kanza, and now it's Carrasco. Cross, it got through Azaridi. Fifield picks it up. Numbers here for the Lions. Fifield streaking in. And McMahon across it gets dropped. Lamens, a heavy shot. That one somehow stayed out. I believe Bonanio got an arm on it. And it just bounced wide. Friars back the other way. Carrasco. Kanza rips one on through traffic, and it's saved by Hovanek. Here's Grande. McMahon. Pass through traffic there. Worked out for Lamens, but Sorrell on the interception. Norris went down behind the play. Here's Sorrell. Sorrell to the slot. Goes back down with it. Now Zach Sorrell. Tartaglia. Down to Smith. Return towards Tartaglia. Couldn't get through. Smith. Dominic Tartaglia once more around the goal. Tried to center, intercepted a steal, and calling for it, Sapoff. He was more than open. They couldn't get it through. Norris drops it. Sorrell looking for 5, and he wires it wide. Smith, Sapoff took it from him, crept up on him. McMahon, spinning backhand pass. Sapoff plays it to an open area of the ice. Back in, Miklic. His shot gets blocked. The defenseman hounding after it. Under 10 minutes left in this one. Skied back out. Sorrell couldn't find it. Just got enough of a piece of it to make it less dangerous. Lamens chips it ahead. And back down the ice. Here's DeBetta. Plays it on to Albertelli. Steers it towards Grande. Tried to touch it towards Lamens. Didn't get a whole lot on it. Norris. Sorrell to the circle. Zach Sorrell cuts back. Pierce trying to slide to block it. Sorrell never pulled the trigger. Tartaglia. Fights its way through. Tartaglia centering pass. Good stick by Hovanek. Now Albertelli tried to get it to Pierce. Intercepted by Stiuso. Cuts back. Stiuso looking backdoor. He had Miklic. And it looks like the Friars defenseman getting some time playing up here in this third period. Sorrell walks back in. Sorrell curls. Up top, Karaher. Snaps a pass. Tartaglia deflects it on Miklic towards the goal. Sticked away, and the clearing pass attempt towards DeBetta hit the back of his skate. Pierce wraps it up towards Karaher. It gets by him, and he'll hustle back to grab it. And now Anthony Catallo will drop it off to Sorrentino. Back to Catallo. Catallo weaves his way in, takes it down low. Catallo around the cage. Up top, Miklic holds, shoots, saved by Hovanek. Karaher Wraps it around towards Catalo, who's intercepted to the line, not out. Sorrentino, a high shot, fall off with the right shoulder. And now it's DeBetta. DeBetta trying to streak through and eventually cut off by Catalo. Catalo will hold as we hit the halfway point of period number 3. Score has not changed in the final frame. Catalo tried to drop it off. DeBetta chips it to himself. Trying to pull away, gets around Karaher, left the puck behind. Offside here, delayed offside. McMahon will have to touch up. Now Busa. Nick Busa gains the zone, drops it off to Catalo. Loads up a slapper, save Hovanek. Sapoff back out there, he's gonna babysit that blue line again. Busa. Dangling through, drops it towards Catalo. It was chopped away, up towards Sapoff, back to Albertelli, trying to chip it through, and a good stick there from Sorrentino. And Friars not going to make it easy on number 31. Schlicht. His pass didn't make it very far. They're trying to spring Sapoff. Sorrentino, though, right there, and wires one wide. Comes around to Catalo. Catalo loads up a slapper. He missed. That'll ramp all the way back out. And it's Busa with 6 minutes to go. Headmans to Sorrentino. Drops it through his legs to Catalo. Back down towards Sorrentino. Knocked away from him. Fifield. That's Sapoff ahead. He just banks it down the ice. That'll be an icing. Five and a half left. Face off to the left of Hovanek. And here's Tyler Sapoff. Sapoff trying to dangle his way through. Lost the handle. And Carrasco. Pass. Sapoff takes the shot. Glove save by Bonadio. Got Ryan Brannigan here. He's certainly rooting for him. Carrasco sliding it back door. It missed. Now it's Kanza. Up top, Nichols slides one across. A shot off the post from Azariti. Fifield gets it out, and no icing here, so it's a foot race, and Sapoff and Carrasco will get there. Sapoff running to the boards. Doing all he can, eventually stapled off by Nichols, and Carrasco. Pass hit Sapoff. Here he is, trying to at least get a point here. His pass got blocked. Centering pass blocked again. It comes back to him. Fanned on the shot, just flips it back door. Fifield can't get the shot away. Jams it on goal, and flashing the leather, Bonadio, as we hit 4 minutes left. Could that be the final shift for number 31? Might have one more in him. Face-off win. Shot fanned on though by McMahon. West Islip, another try block. Chance from the slot, blocked down again. Even looks like that. They haven't even gotten through. And Sorrell doubles back. What's in store next for these two teams? St. Anthony's got Middle Country next. Tough loss for them to connect Sayville 8-1 just prior to this as Miklic stopped point blank by Hovanek, then lost the handle. They'll be on the 19th, 8:10 p.m. puck drop. West Islip up next on the 21st, 9:20 p.m. puck drop against the Pat Mid Raiders, who are still in search of their first win. They came oh so close last week, a few games ago. And they'll certainly, both those teams will be hungry for a win, so that will be an interesting game for sure. As Smith to the slot, tries to throw it on goal. That one slides through. And it's another goal. One for Justin Norris. With 2.5 left. So West Islip looking ahead at their final few games. We got 3 after this: Pat Med, Northport, Huntington, and East Islip. So probably be the favorites, if you will, against Pat Med, and then of course 2 tough games against tough opponents to close out the season. St. Anne says Middle Country, Connecticut, Sayville, and then the must-watch rivalry, final game of the season, Friars against the Bulls of Smithtown Hauppauge. That game could be huge for playoff seeding. I'll be on January the 28th. Back in come the Lions. Shot in and out of the glove of Bonadio. 1:25 left in the Friars clear. Stumbling down Pierce. Norris takes the shot. He scores. One more for Justin Norris. His second of the game. That'll likely be the final one as we hit the final 60 seconds of this one. Well, one more shift for Tyler Sapoff and company as they try to break through. Instead, it's Leo Stiuso taking it behind the net. Throws it down to the corner. Kelly back up Stiuso, 30 seconds left. Sapoff and Grande hoping for one last pass. As a shot glove save, Hovanek. That'll likely do it. Teammates hustling to get a face-off in. They were probably hoping he could fire that puck back down the ice. They're ready for the face-off. Friars aren't. Final 10 seconds. Catallo gets to the dot. Sapoff rushing ahead as the puck was dropped. But the Friars win the face-off and win the hockey game wire to wire in this one. 12-0 the final. Shutout for Ben Bonadio. And the Friars improved to 14-2-1 on the season. Points 28 and 29. 2 points behind the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls for first. West Islip drops to 2-15 on the season. A lot of positives for the Lions. It's hard to look at in a tough loss like this, but they've certainly got a lot going for them. And next season, they could be one of those sleeper teams to watch that we kind of saw from a team like Northport Huntington this year. Few games left as they try to pick up a few more wins, and the Friars loading up for playoff time. Well, that'll do it for our coverage here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. For Ryan Brannigan and Wally Mitchell on the South Rink. For Johnny Malizia on camera here on the North Rink, I'm Brady Campbell signing off. The final score in this one, the St. Anthony's Friars 12 and the West Islip Lions nothing. You've been tuned in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League right here on the LI Sports Network. Have a great night, and we'll see you on Wednesday.